NATO chief Mark Rutte has backtracked today after suffering an embarrassing gaffe where he bizarrely referred to Donald Trump as daddy.
They've had a big fight, like two kids in a schoolyard. You know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes, then it's easier to stop them.
And then daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
You have to use strong language. Every once in a while you have to use a certain word.
I think you have to join the host.
Yes, we're going to join some other group. Yes, thank you.
After the clip went viral, the NATO chief was quick to backtrack, saying he didn't call him daddy, and go on to attempt to explain the statement.
The daddy thing, I didn't call him daddy. What I said is that sometimes in Europe, I hear sometimes countries saying, hey Mark, will the US stay with us? And I said, that sounds a little bit like a small child asking his daddy, hey, are you still staying with the family? So in that sense I use daddy, not that I was calling President Trump daddy.
Online commentators cringed at the response, with this person saying he isn't making it any better. But Trump lapped up the theatre of it all, using it as an opportunity to show off his comedic skills to defend Rutte's faux pas.
Go ahead, back white, yeah. White jacket, yeah. Go ahead, give my mic. Hello.
Deborah Haynes from Sky News. Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No. He did it very affectionate. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your NATO allies, though, as kind of like children?
Online commentators had mixed reactions to the bizarre series of events, with this person saying complete embarrassment every time he appears on the world stage. But this commentator wasn't so serious about the whole thing, saying he's freaking joking. Watch Rubio, he gets it. Marco Rubio's reaction added another layer of hilarity to the exchange, with the Secretary of State losing it in the background after showing a very welcome human side. This commentator said, Marco is definitely the GOAT. It's nice to see him not so serious for just one moment though. And this commentator doubled down, saying, Mr. Secretary Rubio doesn't break character very often. This was quite funny to watch. And whilst the internet revelled in the break from boring diplomacy, Sky News UK reporter Deborah Haynes was blasted for attempting a gotcha moment on the NATO chief after his viral daddy remark.
Thank you. Deborah Haynes from Sky News. Hello. The language that you have used when talking to Donald Trump has been notable because of its flattery. Today you called him daddy. You sent a text message to him that was gushing with praise. Is this the way that you feel you have to act when doing business with the US president, through flattery and praise? Isn't it a bit demeaning, and doesn't it make you look weak?
No, I don't think so. I think it's a bit of a question of taste. But I think he's a good friend, and when he is doing stuff which is forcing us to, for example, when it comes to making more investments, would you ever think that this would be the result of this summit if he would not have been elected president? Do you really think that the 7 or 8 countries who said, yeah, somewhere in the 2030s we might meet the 2%, we've now all decided in the last 4 or 5 months to get to 2%? So doesn't he deserve some praise? And when it comes to Iran, the fact that he took this decisive action, very targeted, to make sure that Iran would not be able to get its hands on a nuclear capability, I think he deserves all the praise.
Online commentators blasted the bizarre line of questioning and inferences by the reporter, with this person saying, all these reporters are weak and lack respect. They always ask stupid questions. Since they're all losers, they don't understand the dynamics of men who respect each other and engage in conversations. And this person backed Rutte, saying, Amen, well said by the NATO chief. Donald Trump yesterday concluded a very successful few days at the NATO summit, where America's dominance and respect was well and truly back, says Republican Mike Johnson.
as long as Donald J. Trump is in the White House. Why? Because he has sent a message. You see our allies at the NATO summit. I mean, it's like the Lion King, right? Donald Trump walks in and they all sort of bow again. America's back. And let me tell you something, a strong America is good for everyone around the world, and they all know it. And that is peace through strength. That is a policy that we have always believed in, and it's a core principle of the Republican Party. Donald J. Trump knows how to use it. They have to believe that you are capable, and we are. We have the most capable military in the world, the most capable military in the history of mankind. We don't want to use it. President Trump wants to be a peacetime president. He believes that. He doesn't want us to be involved in nation building and interventionalism and having wars around the globe. He wants to stop them. And every now and then you have to show that that force is real. We did that. Everybody's on notice, and the terrorists and tyrants around the globe are terrified. That's the position we need them to be in.
Commentator Tony Lane agreed, saying Trump returns to DC after flipping the entire NATO summit on its head. He didn't just talk tough, he got our allies to commit to 5% GDP in defense spending. That's over double the old deal. One day, one president, one standard, America first.